comparison is a thief of progress when it comes to the gym. Now, why do I say this? Simple reason, man. Everyone has a different starting point, honestly. So trying to compare yourself to other people when it comes to the gym, you're fighting a losing battle. When you actually take it into consideration, genetics, timelines, there's different nature versus nurture factors as well when it comes to the gym. You also don't know what people are doing behind the scenes, whether they're injecting themselves, whether they're taking anabolic steroids. You actually don't know. So comparing yourself, you're fighting a losing battle when you don't have the full picture. The healthiest thing you can do is just focus on your own race and focus on your own physique, your own journey. It's a constant cycle of improvement and refinement when it comes to the gym. And you looking at other people's starting points and looking at other people's progress, it's a no-go zone, man. Like, it's not good for your mental health. It just causes so much stress unnecessarily. The gym, people make the gym out to be some crazy aspect of life. It's simple. You go to the gym, you work out, you improve your physique, and you reap the rewards from it. It doesn't have to be this whole comparison aspect. And you see it, like, even when I go to the gym, right, I'll see guys stare at me. Sometimes it might be a form of appreciation, sometimes it might be a form of, envy, etc., etc. And there'll be comments as well saying, kind of putting everything down to my genetics as well, right? Which I have good genetics, but I've learned not to have this mindset of comparing myself to other people when it comes to the gym, simply because I know that we're different. That's the beauty of humans, right? We all have different genetic codes. Simple as, man. Like, we have different ancestors, we have different nurture, characteristics. We might have had different diets growing up. We might have been in different places on our puberty journey when we first started training in the gym, right? So there's so many different factors. So you comparing yourself to someone else is completely worthless. It's completely worthless, and it's gonna make you stress out because you're gonna find what you're looking for. If you're always thinking about someone else who's got a better physique than you, that's what you're gonna see. It's gonna change your self-image to a point where that's where body dysmorphia comes from. You always want to be. There's always going to be another mountain that's taller than you, bigger than you, more attractive than you, right? And when you're always trying to reach for that next mountain, that next level, etc., you're never going to be satisfied because you'll always find something that tops you, right? And it's not a healthy way to live at all, man. Like, I'm all for a low stress lifestyle. You can be successful, have a great physique, have a fulfilling family life, great career, without being stressed, man. Like, honestly, you don't need to be stressed. This whole hustle mentality, it leads into the gym as well. People look at people who you don't know what their starting point, you don't know how long they've been training for, you don't know what they're taking, but you still feel a type of way about your physique because of them. So just keep focused on your own race. Be like those horses with the blinkers on, right? Be like them horses with the blinkers on. And I'm talking about this from experience as well. When I first started out in the gym, I wanted to get big as quickly as possible. Like, I was super impatient. So what I did was I did a dirty bulk, trying to catch up with people who have been at the gym for 10, 8, 5 years plus, right? I was 17 or 18 trying to catch up with grown men in the gym, rather than just running my own race, knowing it's going to take a long time, and just turning up consistently. But when I switched that mindset of realizing, listen, it's going to take a while, it's going to take longer than you expected, bro, I just became so free. I just became so free mentally because there's no pressure for me to cut corners, aka taking steroids or doing a dirty bulk, because I know it's going to take time. Do you know what I mean? So the only comparison that matters is from where you are now to a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Keep running your own race. And everyone's got their unfair advantage when it comes to training or in the gym or life in general. Like, for me, for example, I've got wide clavicles, narrow waist, and I put on muscle pretty quickly. And I'm tall as well, so for aesthetics, it's good. However, my chest size has never really been there. It's always been a muscle part that's lacking, right? Chest, and I say abs symmetry. I don't really have that. So when I was younger, when I was newer in my gym journey, I used to look at people with big chests and think, oh, like how do I get that? How do I catch up with that? Like, but it's not a healthy mindset to be in at all. It just doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you at all. Yeah, there's room for improvement always, and you should always look to improve, but not at the detriment of your own mental health. Like, honestly, man, we don't need to be stressed, man. Like, bro, this isn't the 1500s. We don't have to be stressed anymore. Like, we can actually just chill. I feel like we're the first generation, as in, you know, Gen Z, people who are young-ish now, we're the first generation, including millennials as well, who can genuinely live a life where they're just not stressed and still be super fulfilled in all areas of life. We genuinely do not need to be stressed. Don't stress yourself out. Understand that you've got your own unfair advantages. Do some analysis on them. Take some time. Think about, okay, when it comes to my physique, I actually have this, this, and this that works in my favor, which other people don't have. So, you know, let me be proud of that. Speak positivity into yourself. That's what you've got to do. So track your own trend line. Ignore everyone else's. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And it's easier said than done when you've got good genetics. Or, like for me, for example, you see that Superman V-taper kind of thing? That's something I've never really had an issue with. But I know for a fact that when it comes to like having major size on my arms, or like a big chest, it's something that my genetics don't allow me to do to the level of other muscle parts that I do have as well, right? So me just knowing that that's just the way genetically I was built. You know, it's my DNA's like that. I'm not gonna kill myself to try and have a big chest. I'm not gonna be insecure, right? When it comes to that, like it's water off a duck's back. We all have advantages. We all have different disadvantages as well. It's just the cards that were dealt with us from a genetic standpoint. Now, I'm not saying you can't change your weaknesses or you shouldn't work on them. You definitely should. But just remember, long term, focus on your own race. The second you stop comparing, you actually start progressing. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe.